phrase between 17 and 81 times a day, given the spectrum of the human race. And it's usually when people do what I call hitting the fuck it button. That's when people just abandon all consideration for other human beings, and they hit that fuck it button, and their agenda is the only one that matters. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. So today, we're going to talk about how to do stuff. And it's a little bit of a presentation about common fucking courtesy. And so we're going to talk about a very vague title that's about some very specific things that piss me off. And we're going to start with how to return a shopping cart. Let me get this straight. You can go drive an aircraft carrier-sized cart through Costco, loaded up with a pallet of Cheerios, 2 5-pound vats of Red Vines, and a flat-screen TV, and you get to your car and that's where you hit the fuck it button? All it takes is an extra 5 to 30 seconds of your day to return that cart to a corral, or, God forbid, take it back to the front of the store where you found it in the first place. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to use the self-checkout line, which is a vortex for IQ points. Let's see what should qualify you. If you think that Duck Dynasty and Honey Boo Boo are top-notch TV programming, or you have a set of truck nuts hanging from the back of your vehicle, don't. Let an evolved human being do it. Otherwise, take a barcode or a little, produce code, key it in, and if you have problems, ask somebody for help. Beyond that, what do we have next in the queue? Oh, how to merge. You are too self-absorbed of a human being to actually know that you have a turn coming up, so you have to put your suburban-sized vehicle in the place right in front of mine that's roughly the size of a Mentos Mint. And you have the audacity to flip me off when I won't let you do it. So all you have to do to merge is put on, drive when you're driving, put on your turn signal, pull in, and give what I call the courtesy wave. And then you can go back to rocking out to that One Direction song you don't want anybody to know you know the lyrics to. This one is my personal Vietnam. I have never walked into the bathroom at somebody's house, peed all over the seat, left a bloody tampon on the floor, and made some paper-mache dragon out of toilet paper for somebody else to clean up. It's really this simple. And if we would remember that there are people who earn very hard livings and get paid very little money for cleaning up after entitled people like us, we might clean up just a little bit more. The next item, how to take a compliment. Erika, I love your hair. Oh my God, I look like a drunk Muppet that somebody rode hard and left wet and left in the alley behind a Salvation Army store. When you decline a compliment, you're actually telling the person who gave you that compliment that they're an asshole for having given it to you, which makes you a bigger asshole, and so don't be an asshole. Just say, can we all say it together? Thank you. Wasn't that hard? Now, let's go to the other side of the spectrum, how to give a compliment. Hey, Erika, you're a pretty good writer for a woman. Hey, I didn't know douchebags came with opposable thumbs. On the spectrum of compliments, it runs from backhanded to sincere. So here's how to stay on the sincere side of giving a compliment. Say what you like, don't qualify it, wait for that person to say, aw, hey, thanks. And then you say, you're welcome. See, you already know how to do this. Now, being in Chicago for a short time, how to board an elevator or train. There's something about the ding of doors that make us crowd around like some Pavlovian response, like we're at the lion's den at the zoo and it's feeding time and Trainer Man's going to give us all meat. So all you gotta do is step to the side of the doors, and then the people on can get off, and then the people who want to get on can get on. It's not really that hard. Now, the last one this evening is how to give advice. I can post this Facebook status update I've got a little bit of a head cold and I'm binge watching 3 seasons of Breaking Bad back to back, and 40 people want to give me advice about how to fix my cold. Here's a pro tip. I didn't ask. So here's a chart that I made to prevent you from ever giving unsolicited advice again. It's the only chart you ever need. Now, I know that in my presentation you may not have learned how to do anything new. But my big hope is that we all had a little laugh, and we remembered the things that we learned as kids, which is to say thank you, to be nice to other human beings, clean up after ourselves, and remember that while common courtesy isn't all that common, with a little work on our parts, we can make it a lot more so. Thank you.